I love bringing this one to you, Josue.
What you got?
You see on IG a
Yes.
couple of times
Yo, I'm glad you brought this up. No, we talked about it earlier, but for some reason, I it slipped my mind when we were talking right before we went live.
on IG a couple of times. Our guy Brett Hampton taking videos of
The
Jayson
truth.
Tatum, Paul Pierce in the gym together. They've been spending a lot of
Love
time
that shit.
together this month, it seems like, in the gym working out. Might be helping Pierce get in shape more than anything it's doing for Tatum. But
Wow, you don't think he's in good shape? What do you mean?
yeah,
No, I'm just playing.
he's in
I know
he's in
exactly what you
retirement. He's in retirement shape. So
Okay. All right. Yeah,
maybe
there you go. That's a good way to put it. You're being nice with Paul right now. Okay.
maybe
I thought
they're
you were
gear
going to say something else.
maybe they're gearing up toward getting on the court together and working on some stuff out there. Because if you're Tatum right now in these workouts, what are you going to be looking to try to get from Pierce in these meetings and workouts or whatever it might be that they got going on right now?
Honestly, Bobby, just great conversations, just talk about their experiences and just where they are. I mean, not even in the sense of advice from Paul, because I think that's what happens eventually, but just share those type of stories and where Tatum is right now in his career. I think would be great. It's a opportunity for Paul for the two of them to just bond over the fact how this city of Boston is clamoring for that championship, right? That the next one, right? And Paul knows a lot of what that's like, especially when you think about the way his career played out, right? Which is very different compared to where Tatum is right now, right? Been in the playoffs every single year, has already reached the NBA Finals. He's got a few, or at least 3-4 Eastern Conference Finals appearances under his belt. I mean, it took Paul 4 years just to get to the Eastern Conference Finals. Then it took him another 6 years to get back there with KG and Ray Allen. And I just feel like just the contrast would just, they could easily find common ground. And I would love to see Paul somehow through these conversations and just talking about their battles and where they've been. Because, at this point, Tatum has stories. This isn't a young Tatum, 19-year-old Tatum, or even a few years in Tatum who is still, still trying to find his way. I mean, he's got battles, he's got stories that he can tell Paul. And obviously Paul's watched these
It's a great point. He's almost and again, the championship's the big difference here, but he's
right.
almost
That's the
as
big difference. But
accomplished
like
as Pierce.
exactly like that. Like right before you get there, and I know Paul got there, right away when he had Ray and Garnett, but there was a shift in Pierce just that season and beyond. It wasn't just that year in terms of being more vocal, being more in your face, more rah-rah, being tougher. I mean, I would love to see that out of Tatum. We all know about the trash talking. I'd love to see that out of Tatum too, but I'm not going to ask something out of Tatum that he's just never done. If that happens naturally, organically, then that's great. But like just being more assertive and just being more focused, just like less smiling out there. You know what I mean? Like being nasty, or just the term having a chip on your shoulder. And we talked about this a lot last season, Bobby. Remember throughout the Celtics post-game show, like you got the quotes, you got the comments in the first couple of weeks, first month of the season about, man, we want to get back to the finals. We're really upset about what happened, against the Warriors. But then you never really felt it from these guys, right? You never really felt like they were like really out there and had a chip on their shoulder. I just feel like they looked like a group that said, you know what, that was great. We made the opportunity. We had that experience under our belt. Now it's inevitable. And obviously that wasn't the case. So with that lesson now, that mindset that like, wait, this isn't automatic just because you've been there before. We have to change something about our approach, our attitude, our demeanor. And I'm hoping Tatum is that one guy that we see that change, more than anyone next season.
Yeah, definitely. That's what you're looking for most here, is that demeanor and attitude lesson resonating with the
All the
group.
greats do it. Like the LeBron James and the Kobe Bryants, like they just had like that shift at a certain point of their career where it's just like they go into a different type of focus that just yields obviously great results, but also like it's like not as friendly as they the first 2-3 seasons were. I feel like Tatum hasn't made that shift, that switch yet, and this should be it. This should be the year.
That's what it's all about too for this group. They have the supporting cast. They have for a handful of years here. It's about the stars figuring it out together. I saw the commenter that I put up the comment say Brown and Tatum worked out together again after the pictures we saw of them in the gym together. That's huge. I don't want to hear about all his schedules weren't lined up and this guy's in Europe and this guy's down in California, LA. Get together, go work through some things, be present in each other's workouts, have some overlap, maybe be guarding each other out there, whatever you need to do to get on the same page going into the season.